Here.
Matt Corner. William Milan. Lee Shinholzer. Paul Chapman.
Here.
Becky Smith. Here. Charles Westbury. Rita Marable. Robert Gray.
Here.
Tommy Stoneker. John Harley.
Here.
George Slappy.
Here.
Randy Tom. Clifford Holmes.
Here.
Preston Hawkins.
Here.
Stephen Tinton. Jimmy Roberts.
Here.
Francis Adams.
Here.
Frank Duke.
Here.
Robert Ricker.
Here.
Bert Vivens. Chuck O'Neill. Lonnie Miley.
Here.
Matt Rogers. Michael Bilderback. Eric Wilson.
Here.
Richard Bazemore.
Here.
Melvin Lawrence.
Here.
Ed Norris.
Here.
Melvin Walker. Barbara Williams.
Here.
Alfredia Walker. James Richardson.
Here.
James Curry.
Here.
Bruce Hall. Henry Crazy.
Here.
Lee Slade. Tim Young.
Here.
James Colson. Bill Webster. Walter Rocker.
Here.
Terry Swindler. Here. Ken Fowler. Charles Williams. Shannon Hart. Here. Patrick Epps. Here. Jimmy Smith. Mark Dupree. Charles Pratt.
Here.
Marty Dominic.
Here.
C.L. Brooks. Jonathan Jackson.
Here.
Charles Sims.
Here. Come forward.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We have our individuals. Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day, and thank you for this time together with our colleagues and our communities that are represented here tonight. Thank you for this food you provided to us for all good things come from you. Watch over here this time, in Jesus' name.
Amen.
We have a number of honored guests tonight who came. Still, I can always on the head, President Officer Scott still with Cheryl Sands, and Patricia still with the Lawson, County Action still with Greg. So since these in hand, so it's not David confused. And of course, Representative Buddy Hart. Any other guests introduced tonight? None? David Horton and Mark Dupree, honored guest also. This time I call them part of that.
Yes, sir, you had a memo in your package. I previewed at our last meeting that we were bringing on board a new workforce development director, Carolyn joined us on August 15th. It has been steady going ever since then, so just wanted to give you a chance to put a face in the name with the bio that you signed back. We also had 2 promotions and correspondence at AT&T as Director of Public Administration, and Crystal Gaylor, back in the faculty of attorney folks, Senior Government Service.
This time I call Laura and used to Terry Smith, who's in the regulation.
Thank you, sir. Well, I don't have a bio on Terry, but I think most of you know Terry Smith with AT&T. He is here tonight to make a special presentation. We tried to do this at the Workforce Development Board when they met a few weeks ago, and we just couldn't make schedules work, and we didn't want to keep pushing it out until sometime in October. So we were like, let's come here and have an opportunity to share with y'all. You'll recall that we had the opportunity to apply for an AT&T Foundation grant to support a workforce development activity. And I was really pleased when Terry came to us and said, I've got this opportunity, I really want to partner somehow with the regional commission and do something. His region actually covers 3 different regional commissions. He chose us, which was pretty good. And so we looked at what our needs were from an economic development, workforce development standpoint, and identified a gap with Macon County and their college and career academy for students who are in the nursing, welding, and aerospace aircraft maintenance programs. A gap for licensing and some equipment and some medical examinations that we proposed to AT&T that we use the funding. So we wanted to come tonight and make a presentation to Mr. Chairman and perhaps Mayor Rickard as the Clio. You come up as well since you're here and be part of a photo opportunity and that official presentation. You know you cannot cash or deposit large checks. So actually Terry made sure we got the real check a while ago. So we just wanted to make sure that there was a formal presentation.
Thank you, Laura. I appreciate the opportunity to do this. You know, my company, AT&T, and by the way, I've been with the phone company for 44 years, okay? It's changed a lot. And if you look at my face, you can tell y'all been 49. Yeah. But my company, AT&T, is very concerned and engaged, involving education and workforce development. If you think about it, the kids and the students that are in our education system now will be our employees in the future. And so it's important for us to see those folks succeed and also succeed in other fields of endeavor that they choose. So we had an opportunity to do a contest earlier this year, as Laura mentioned, to support workforce development efforts here in the Middle Georgia region. Laura mentioned that I'm involved with several regional commissions, actually 4, I think, or maybe, I don't know, a lot of them, and all over Midwest Georgia. But I really appreciate what y'all do. Y'all represent the core of my region. My family lives down in Blakeley County, and no folks over in Dublin. So I'm all over the place. Dublin's, I think, Auburn already. But anyway, thanks for the opportunity to do this. We made a donation of $12,000, and those funds will be utilized to help support those students in the college and career prep program here, making the welding, healthcare, and aerospace efforts with things like uniform help, some certification, testing costs, and that kind of thing. So we're glad to do that, and we look forward to the opportunity to partner again in the future with the Regional Commission. And by the way, if you're in your communities and you need to talk to me about anything, don't hesitate to give me a call. Laura's got my contact information. I've got a few business cards I'm going to leave up here just in case somebody doesn't know who I am. If you need to talk to me, don't hesitate to call me. Mr. Captain knows how to get a hold of me too. And and Mr. Mayor does too. So y'all, we had hoped to make this a little more because of the contest, but we came in about 3rd. It was a Twitter contest, so we could get the most tweets of this effort. And this commission did a great job because this was new to all of us, I think.
It was.
So we got it.
And we were competing against technical colleges.
I guess.
All those college kids, they wanted to do that. sir.
Thank you, thank you. Y'all have a good meeting. Take care. Yeah, y'all. Thank you. Thank you.
Need a motion to approve the August 13th council meeting. Motion, second. Motion second, all in favor, aye. Any opposed? No old business. Laura, you want to try to be over there?
Yes, Karen had a woman come up and is not able to be here tonight. Wanted to just give you an update. At your last meeting, you approved the submission of our plan for our Economic Development Administration revolving loan fund. We do an update to that every 5 years. Since the meeting, it's been submitted and accepted by EDA, so we will move forward in implementing that. There's one action item we do have, is some amendments to nominations for the membership of GSBL that have been received since the last meeting. And that is Crawford County, Steve Davis, Charleston County, Lee Jones, and Jim Walker, Jasper County, Pam Mayer, Monterey County, Thomas Ball. That is all the ones that have been received since the meeting. So Mr. Kimberly would ask for your approval of these, acceptance of these membership.
We have a motion to accept these members. So moved. Motion, I'll second, all in favor, aye. Any opposed? Thank you. Grant, you want to, speak to us on this?
Today, I'd like to talk to you about a pilot program that the Regional Commission has been asked by the state Georgia Emergency Management Agency to participate in, along with 4 other regions, and with 3 other regions, rather, the total 4 regional commissions in the state this year. And that is to use our GIS stack to run a FEMA developed software model that looks at the impact of severe weather events on the local economies and specifically property and human life. The model is called HAZAS, for hazardous, and then -MH for multi-hazard. Example would be if you're on the coast, and we do have one of our the Coastal Regional Commission will be participating in this pilot along with us. They'll be concentrating on looking at developing risk assessment reports that go hand in hand with the local pre-disaster mitigation plans that county is required to undertake with GEMA. Regional commissions are heavily involved with those plans as well. Again, using the coastal example, they'll be using models to look at potential impacts based on hurricanes. Here in the middle part of the state, we'll look at wind damage assessments and impacts from tornadoes and strong winds, certainly flooding as well. In fact, the model does flood inundation mapping. It also develop flood depth grids. So it gets very specific and it takes into account building stocks, locations, residential, commercial, industrial buildings specifically, and potential impact on those structures and like I said. So it's an important project. It is separate from the local pre-disaster mitigation effort, and the state will be using University of Georgia's Information Technology Outreach Group called ITOS to serve as the prime contractor, in which the 4 RCs, Middle Georgia, Coastal Regional Commission, Southern Regional Commission out of Valdosta, and Heart of Georgia, Alton Ohio Regional Commission out of Eastland, to do this initial pilot project. If it is successful, we do anticipate being fully successful, then this would be an effort that all regional commissions would assist in, such in the same manner. UGA is a prime contractor, and the funding authority is FEMA. And that will coordinate with the local pre-disaster mitigation on a rolling basis of when those plans are due. The first 2 that we were asked to do, we're seeking your authorization to engage in this pilot for these first 2 counties Those are Crawford and Putnam counties. They're also seeking authorization to continue on the program and enter into contracts accordingly with other county opportunities. One other county plans are due. So with that, Mr. Chairman, we seek approval to engage in the pilot program and additional contracts needed and required through the GEMA.
Need a motion to approve the ITOS hazardous contract. Motion, second. Second, all in favor, aye. Aye. Any opposed? Marcel, please.
Mr. Chairman, the following local assistance requests have been received since the August meeting. Applicants bill with assistance. Crawford County, assistance with developing a job description and announcement for the executive director of economic development, organizational management, for the city of Eatonton and Jeffersonville, assistance in preparing a USDA community facility grant, city of Forsyth, assistance with preparation, submission of an arts grant, city of Gordon, preparation of a comprehensive plan jointly with Wilkinson County, Dick County, assistance with expanding and existing tax allocation district to include additional acreage. Wicks County, assistance in preparing budget for fiscal year. I'd also like to take a quick moment to recognize a couple of our recent community successes. Workforce Development Department hosted on-the-job training lunch and learn that was sponsored by Georgia Small Business Lenders. The sponsorship provided opportunity to get in front of small businesses and our programs. What we do. The Area Agency on Aging Department has completed the farmer markets for this fiscal year. The Area Agency on Aging Department serves 712 individuals living in all 11 counties in the Middle Georgia region. The city of Irwinton received a $61,000 USDA grant for housing rehabilitation. Baldwin County received a $263,802 FEMA grant to fund 3 full-time firefighter positions for the next 2 years. And the city of Jeffersonville received a community development block grant, $299,100 for citywide water and sewer improvements. Are there any questions about any of these local requests or any of the projects I just? Seeing there are none, thank you for your time. We'll ask for your favorable consideration.
Hearing no questions, we have a motion to approve the request. Motion, second. Second, all in favor, aye. Those opposed? That's all.
Good evening again. At this rate, sir, do you want to kick off? It is the start of the professional football interhouse. A couple of things to update you on, just to let you know things that have been going on. Since the last meeting, actually earlier this week, we received the appointments from the governor's office. You'll recall in 2009, when we became the regional commission, one of the changes that they made was to have 5 state appointments to each regional commission council. 3 from the governor's office, 1 from the lieutenant governor, and 1 from the speaker of the house. Our 3 governor's appointments, we have 1 reappointment, which is Charles Sims. That's going to be appointed to serve another 2-year term. We have also welcomed back James Vaughn as a governor's appointment, representing from Monroe County. And then our 3rd governor's appointment is Dr. Nancy Nash, who is an education representative from James. The law requires that one of the governor's appointments be an education representative, either a school superintendent or a board member. So Dr. Nash will fill that position. So we're happy to have those positions reappointed, and we still have the appointments from the lieutenant governor and the speaker of the house that are in the process of going through that. We're working on it for several. Internally to the regional commission, We started on Tuesday a 3-week period of audits. So for this week and next week, our financial audit will be undertaken by the audit team from Macklemore. Yeah, 3 of them. That's easier. And then as soon as we finish up with them, the workforce programmatic audit will take place, where we will have a team from the state here for a full week. I would also, I mentioned at the last meeting that we were preparing for the implementation of the new overtime rules. So we were launching position classification process. That process is underway. We've made it through our first check mark. And I'm pleased to announce that we submitted 3 projects to NATO, our National Association of Development Organizations, for Innovation Awards, and we've been notified that we will receive 3 awards at the annual conference in October. The first project is for a workforce development initiative. It's our first ever workforce development award for our E3 program, which is a partnership with Georgia Tech, for a 3-week training course we've been focusing on long-term unemployed, re-entering citizens, which were coming from the transition center, and looking for employment. It's been a great program. We also received an award for our OEA initiative that included the asset mapping projects that we did, the freight and logistics study, as well as our launching our leadership. And then the third award was actually submitted on behalf of the Georgia Association of Regional Commissions. Over the last year or so, you've heard from time to time about the state's first geospatial information office being established, which was quite a significant accomplishment. And that was submitted as a statewide effort and recognized by NATO. We're very pleased to have that report. And then just a couple of things. These dates are on your agenda, so you don't have to worry about writing them down. September 26th, we're going to kick off the Regional Transportation Roundtable process again. It took us quite a bit of scheduling to try to get the appointments to the roundtable, but then to also find dates when we could get DOT here as well as the majority of the roundtable. And that meeting is going to be held here on the 26th at 2 o'clock to take care of some of their preliminary work, and that'll sort of get the ball rolling on that project. In your package, you should also have 2 flyers that I want to call your attention to. We have partnered with the Carlton Institute of Government on 2 different initiatives. The first is we will be hosting a management development program, which is a 3-day course that the Institute teaches for local government managers, or soon-to-be managers, or potential managers. It is a very thorough course. It's offered all around the state, but we wanted to make sure that there was one available to, so you've got a flyer about that. And then also, you'll see a flyer about another partnership. They are offering some free training for local government staff on how to maximize technology in your services of local government. And we've got 2 different sessions going on October 6th. Find out about. And lastly, we have our state association's annual conference, which is at St. Stephen's in November. We'll be sending out a package on that coming up probably next week sometime. The hotel, I think, is already booked, but we have a block of rooms reserved that if you need hotel accommodations for the conference, please be sure and let Kim know so you can have one of our reserved rooms. It's usually a very good program. We're doing some additional training sessions, information sessions. And one of the keynote speakers is Agricultural Commissioner Gary Black, as well as representing.
Thank you, Laura. Appreciate the hard work you and staff. Please mark the calendar for the 51st annual meeting of October 13th. Also, we need to send our sympathy and condolences to the family of long-term counsel at RC Mitchell House, who passed away yesterday. Any other comments or questions? Motion to adjourn. Motion second.